This morning on Bloomberg, I overheard them saying, now that the government has shut down, today's October 1st, 2025, who's going to win the messaging game? It's like, clearly the Republicans. They will always win the messaging game. They have billionaires at their backs throwing money at them to keep the messaging game going. That is the key. What we have on the left are a few billionaires, but they're like billionaires who are selfless enough to, vote for other people and to push for themselves to lose money. That's what we're asking of our billionaires. And Republicans, Donald Trump, they're masters at messaging, mainly because they just fucking lie. You can just say things over and over and over and over again, and the message gets through. And you can blatantly lie, and then if it gets corrected later, people don't usually hear that correction, so they go on believing the lie. And that is the beauty of Republicans. For them, not for democracy or Americans, frankly, but just for the rich, right? I heard J.D. Vance today talking about how Democrats want to keep giving money to illegal aliens when they show up at hospitals. And see, that's the funny thing about healthcare, that the lie that has been spun around us about healthcare, because it is a human right, because people don't go without it in an emergency. What, you really think that someone's going to come in from a car wreck and the doctors are going to say, no, wait. Imagine an ER scene. Wait. Where's his passport? Do we have his documents? No? Okay. Can you push him outside? Push him outside. We're not going to treat him. He is implying that the Republicans don't want to waste money paying for illegal immigrants, and the Democrats do, ignoring the fact that if you are dying, you will be treated, no matter what your status is. That is why this healthcare issue is so annoying, because we have to pay for profits, right? Huge profits for people to make money off of our bodies. Whereas if we had universal healthcare, we could collectively negotiate and get the prices lower. Because you see also, with that situation that J.D. Vance is talking about, the illegal immigrant, the person who does not have health care, when the hospital treats them, because they will treat them no matter what, because that is what you do. They swear oaths to treat people. When that person is treated and they cannot pay, the costs go on to us. So we have all these people in America with no health care because they can't afford it. But yet, when the shit hits the fan, they will still go to the hospital, and then we will pay for it with our premiums, with our own care. And so it affects us, because once again, this is something that regular Americans who are not millionaires end up paying the same amount as the billionaires. They get to go to the doctor and pay about the same as me, despite the fact that they have more money than they can spend in their lifetime. Just like a sales tax in Texas is a little bit unfair, because Elon Musk and I both go buy things and we both pay 8.25% on it, despite the fact that I'm raising 3 children and I'm not a billionaire. This is why the tariffs suck, because no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have to pay the tariff on the items that are imported. This is just, and the thing is that Republicans wouldn't win the messaging if Americans weren't so stupid, if Americans weren't so lazy, if Americans didn't have such a short attention span. And you know what? They've designed it that way, haven't they? To keep us dumb, to keep us desperate, to keep us working so hard that we're too tired to engage. Isn't that the point of this system? So that we still pay taxes. People like me who are rich enough to pay a shit ton of taxes, but not rich enough for the loopholes. So we pay a quarter of our earnings to the government. And that money goes to the poor and the rich. And I never see any of it. And yet my kids still have underfunded schools. We still pay a fortune for the 5 of us to have health care. Regular Americans' lives continue to get worse and worse and worse. And the people at the top continue to get better and better and better. But they are so greedy and so evil that they take that money that could go to us, could go to Americans. They take that money, and rather than paying taxes on it, they give it to Charlie Kirk and Turning Points USA. They give it to the Heritage Foundation. They give it to politicians. They do everything in their power to make sure that the propaganda is loud enough, that enough Americans are stupid enough to listen to them and believe them, so that they never pay taxes, so that they never have to pay for a better America, while they take business contracts and subsidies, while they take the money themselves without paying the money. On and on and on and on. And I'm just going to keep being a broken record, I guess, until y'all join me. Let's all try to get better at messaging, okay? Let's take a cue from the Republicans. Only we will repeat things that are actually fucking true.